What's up guys, welcome to the video. So finally guys, there's currently a new update as to the roadmap and then the TGE for the Deepsafe AI airdrop, right? So if you have been farming this airdrop for some time right now, since I actually spoke about it, you need to actually hear this information that is currently out there right now, right? So recently, someone actually dropped a message and asked when is the TGE, that is the token generation event. And as you guys can see, their manager right here dropped this update, and what this person said here is, hello everyone, the latest official announcement has finally been updated. Right now, this announcement covers the release of the Lightpaper and then the 2025 roadmap. We can go ahead and check it out here, but before we go ahead and look things up, I want you to see something here. So first things first, it states here, special clarification: the launch of the beta mainnet means the opening of the mainnet for public use, and real trading of mainnet tokens will be allowed. Remember, I showed you guys how to basically trade using Deepsafe AI, right? Now what they are saying is that there will be a launch of the mainnet, right? We are still currently in testnet phase, but they are stating here that the mainnet is already going to be launched real soon, and when it gets launched, we all will be able to trade real tokens. No longer just testing out these tokens and understanding how it works. We will be able to trade these real tokens within the Deepsafe AI bot. Also, check this out. It states here, please note that the roadmap does not contain specific information about the TGE. I completely understand everyone's concern. I have received confirmation, right? Check this out. This is where it gets interesting. I have received confirmation that the TGE date will coincide with the full mainnet launch, which means the TGE would also take part in June. So what they are stating here is that first things first, the mainnet, remember we are in testnet phase, right? They stated here that the mainnet would actually commence on June this year. We are currently in April, so in the next 2 months, or 1 month and a couple of weeks, we should actually see the mainnet phase actually launch. And they stated here that the mainnet phase also would come with TGE, and they stated here that the TGE would definitely be in June of this year. So in the next 1 month and a couple of weeks, the token generation event will actually commence. They stated here also something very, very interesting. It says here that the listing date won't be far from the TGE. Remember that the TGE and listing date are two different things, right? The TGE is the token generation event, and then the listing date is the date where this coin, that is the TDEF token or the DEF token, would be listed on exchanges right here. It will be tradable, would be able to actually collect this airdrop right now. So what they stated here is that exchanges have already been confirmed. Please stay tuned to the official announcement for specific date and details. So basically all what they are stating here is that yes, they've actually seen all of our messages asking for the TGE, and what they are stating here is that they are waiting to launch the mainnet first, and the mainnet will actually commence on June or in June. Right now, immediately the mainnet phase commences, immediately there will also be TGE. Now when TGE commences, right, the listing date would not be far from the TGE, so it might be a couple of days from then, a couple of weeks from then, or something like that. We don't know for sure. It is not specifically stated, right? So what we need to do right now, let's just go ahead and check up the roadmap, the new roadmap, the updated roadmap as to this very airdrop, right? So let's click on this one that is called, for more details, click here. I'll just go ahead and open it so that we all can actually check this out together right now. So I'll just head on directly there, and then I'll open this up. Now once it loads you directly here, you are going to see it here, guys, about Deepsafe. You can go ahead and read it up right here. I told you guys that Deepsafe is basically an AI verification network that leverages advanced cryptographic random algorithm. All of these are just large grammar right here. All we are here for is the airdrop that this very project wants to give out, right? So let's look at, first things first, the roadmap. So I'll click on the roadmap section right here. Once I click on the roadmap, it loads me directly here, and you will see it here that from January 2024, so you guys already know that since January they've actually been working hard to actually see that this very project succeeds. So since January 2024, they released the Deepsafe white paper. That's the first white paper, designed the framework and all that stuff. February, they launched the BRC20 cross-chain. March, April, all of these are things of the past, right? We are looking at what is currently going on in 2025, so you can go ahead and still check up all what they've done, right? But I want to scroll directly right now to 2025, right? So January, they released the stable version of the BTC collateralized stable coins. February, they conducted a comprehensive core code security audit and all that stuff, right? March, they actually launched a new test version of the economic model for evaluation and all that stuff. Now we are in April, and as you guys can see, release of the light paper. And if you guys noticed also, they just released it this April, so you guys can see that they are actually on track. They are following things step by step. They released their light paper for crypto random AI verification, and then the launch of the beta on public testnet with full API/SDK access. Now, what is going to happen in the next coming month, that is May and June, right? Remember, I told you guys that they stated that in June, that will be when the TGE will come up, or what they stated specifically is that in June, the TGE is going to come up. But after the TGE, not far from the TGE, would be the listing date of this very project. So let's see what happens in May, right? May, they said here that in May, they will be developing a new economic model for Deepsafe. They will release a decentralized self-custody Bitcoin solution and all. But in June, check this out. It says here that in June 2025, they will deploy BTC self-custody infrastructure. And the major thing is that they will now finally launch Deepsafe beta mainnet. Now remember, I told you guys that they stated that immediately they launch the mainnet, it will coincide, that is, it will simultaneously come up, that is, the TGE will simultaneously come up with the mainnet, right, that same June. And immediately the TGE comes up, not far from that, we are now going to see the listing date for this very project, right? So the question is, what do we actually do right now with this information? What we need to do is simply just keep on building, keep on accumulating points, keep on trading, and keep on staking on the platform right now. Let's also go ahead and look up the light paper right here, guys. If I click on the light paper, you guys will basically see every single thing here is actually loading up. So what the light paper actually does right here, or what the light paper right now is that it is basically a simple and easy to read version of a white paper, which is currently kind of like a big instruction book, right? So a light paper basically just tells you and I what this very project does and why it is basically awesome, without using, you know, large words or something like that. So you can go ahead and read it up on your own spare time, right? You guys basically see that the platform actually has some good ideas right here, but all we're actually just waiting for right now is June. Let's see what happens in June. Until then, we would actually know the next steps to basically take. So this is basically the video I currently have right now. I just really wanted to explain to you guys what is currently going on and the update as to this very project. If you enjoyed this video, give this video a thumbs up, click the red subscribe button. I will see you guys in the next one.